The dangers of AI is just that, not the AI becoming sentient and killing humans. No, it's humans using AI and relying on it too much to make decisions. And that is the danger of AI. Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Our patient today is a 2007 Subaru Outback, I believe, with constant misfire on cylinder 6, if I remember correctly. Now what's interesting about this one is that, well, other than the ticket, it's actually 5 months old. I just noticed today when I was reading the ticket, because we've been emailing mainly, and but the ticket appears to be 5 months old. So this ECM's been waiting a while to be serviced. But what is interesting about it is that this is H4 engine, 4-cylinder. I have never seen IC608 present on H4 engines. So this is the first one. There's IC608. So not sure what it's driving. Obviously all 6 connections are connected. Normally on H6 it goes cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So usually cylinder number 6, it's this one. That's usually what gives us issue, but it can also be one or any of these. So not sure what the other 2 are doing here. Maybe they're repurposed for something else, or they're just not connected. Well, either case, what we do is we remove the chip, clean the lead-free solder, replace it with leaded solder, put the chip back, inspect the soldering, and the misfires go away forever. I felt like mentioning that because I feel like on every video I get questions like how do you know what's the story with this chip. So and I've recorded so many videos on this that sometimes I just skip it, or most often I just skip it because you know what I'm doing, right? But no, that's for all the new viewers. Now let's get a little bit of zoom. And meanwhile, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video. AI. No, of course not. AI is a scam, in my humble opinion. And not because it doesn't work, because obviously it doesn't work. By it doesn't work, I mean, you know, how many car accidents do you need to see to conclude that it's not the best use of technology to have cars drive by themselves? But you still need to watch the road and make sure the car is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, and you need to be ready to take over at any second. Who asked for that technology? Who asked for something like that to even be a thing? It's like letting your 8-year-old drive. It's kind of the same thing. You need to be ready to take over. I let my 8-year-old drive the golf cart when we occasionally do some golfing. He gets to drive the cart, but that's about it. Oh, and sometimes I let him operate the wheel when we're on the parking lot. So I operate the pedals, he operates the steering wheel, and we go 2 miles an hour. So I don't know. So that's what I mean by it doesn't work. It's not like the technology is faulty. It's a legitimate technology, and it is actually called machine learning, not AI. That is a legitimate technology. It's very cool. It's a lot of fun training your neural networks testing them. You know, or at least I see that it's a lot of fun, especially when it's a small neural network, like simple networks. So that technology is absolutely legitimate. It's just its application has been kind of misguided, especially for application for the cars. And the fact that it's being called AI, that is the scammy part in my view. Because as I said, technology by itself, the machine learning technology, it's a legitimate branch of computer science, and it's been around for many decades. It's not a recent thing. Especially when people make big claims, and I don't want to offend any Musk fans in the audience, but as a software engineer, it's customary that you kind of look for another job every couple years, or at least you circulate your resume every couple years so you don't become irrelevant. A few years ago I was looking for a job, and I kind of quit the job I had before I had another job lined up. I mean, I was interviewing and I was in a lot of processes and stuff, so it's not like I was completely up the creek without the paddle. But I didn't have a job, and I didn't have a job lined up, and I quit the job I had. So one of the jobs I was interviewing for was the self-driving team on Uber. You guys remember that used to be a thing. Why was that a thing? Because Elon Musk said that it's a technology that we have now. We can do that now. Yeah, so obviously everybody jumped on it. Oh, he's got it now. We gotta have it too. If Elon Musk made it, we can make it, right? So Uber hired whole bunch of engineers, and I was one of those unfortunate. Well, actually I was not very unfortunate, because pretty much the last minute I chose another job, another offer, so I didn't continue with Uber, and I didn't have an offer from them. I just didn't continue the process, right? So maybe I wouldn't have gotten an offer. So it's not like it was a sure thing, but I didn't at the end. I chose not to go with Uber, and I think that was like 6 or 8 weeks later that the whole team was dismantled, because smart people got together and they concluded that no, that's not gonna happen. The cars are not gonna drive themselves, not just yet. There are many reasons why this will not be a thing. It's not like flying a plane. Yes, the planes can fly by themselves, can land and take off all by themselves, but it's a way different thing. It's not like there's pedestrians in front of the plane, and it's not like you're going 25 miles an hour in the city with kids playing around and balls flying on the road, and dogs running, and basically life happening around you. So if I went with the Uber, I would be looking for another job just a few weeks after I started a new one. That is not fun, but that is a fallout or the repercussions of people saying, like doing this artificial hype, or just plainly lying, saying that we have the technology and they don't have the technology. So yeah, if you're an Elon Musk fan, I'm sorry. I just go by results. Elon Musk has very little results. I'm not impressed at all by the results he provides. If I was going to make a prediction, I'd say that in a few decades' time, maybe a decade, maybe two, just like now companies are bragging about the use of AI, the companies will be bragging about not using AI. I made a video some time ago. By some time, I mean it's maybe a year. As a software engineer, am I worried that AI or the machine learning, the large language models, will they take my job, right? I'll compete with AI generated code any time of the day. And it's not even feasible to actually use AI. There are some things that it can that the large language model can help you with in coding, right? But not to generate the actual code for you. And plus, even if a large language model generates the code, it's pretty much the same thing you're gonna find in on the forums and like Stack Overflow or Geeks for Geeks and all those services that usually forums. And on forums you can have a lot of bad code. You can find plenty of bad code over there, because Stack Overflow doesn't reward good answers. It rewards quick answers. And even if you try to provide a good answer, by which I mean you don't just blindly say, this is how you do it. You just dig a little deeper, you find out what the author is trying to do, and then provide the best solution to their problem. Not just, how do I convert this into this? Yeah, here's the snippet, go nuts. Right? Well, maybe you don't need to convert it. Maybe you're going the wrong way with this. And I can save you some time by correcting your course rather than just giving you a solution to a problem that you made for yourself, that you don't even need to be solving. And that's what the AI is trained on. That is the training data for it. So its value gonna be comparable. It's gonna be, at best, it's gonna be just as good or just as bad as the advice you get on forums. At best. More realistically, it's just gonna be worse, because it's gonna be slightly affected by the process of machine learning and interpreting that data. And at the end of the day, it's a language model. Its accuracy is measured by how much the sentence makes sense, and if it does make sense, then yeah, we're good. Even if it's factually wrong. Many years ago, I had aspirations of leadership. Right, so I worked as a leader for a few years. A tech leader, right? Tech lead. That was before machine learning was being used by everybody and being called AI. Even the teams, they were never called AI teams, they were always called machine learning teams, ML teams. And the whole thing was being called ML. Nobody called it AI back then, because it's, standards for AI are a little bit higher than just large language model. Anyways, before AI, we had Stack Overflow, right? And that was the main to-go site to solve your problems, right? If you can't find the problem you're looking for already there, you can ask a question, go through some not great community. Yeah, unfortunately, the Stack Overflow community they're kind of in the business of helping people, right? But it always feels like you know, like why are you bothering me, kind of thing, you know. Check for yourself. Use Google. Use, you know. Well, how dare you ask questions on forums designed for people who have questions? Anyways, my point is that I had this rule back then that you're not allowed to use Stack Overflow, because I mainly worked with well, juniors, mid-level. So yeah, Stack Overflow was heavily used, heavily utilized. But the reason was pretty much as I stated. Stack Overflow is a good place, but when you really know what you're doing. If you're a say junior or mid-level engineer, Stack Overflow is not the best place for you. So my requirement was that no, if you have a problem, you come to me first, and then if I can't figure it out or I don't know, then I'm gonna Google it, right? And guide you through it. But don't let Stack Overflow solve your problems, because it will likely cause more issues, and no one on Stack Overflow will be questioning whether your direction is, you know, efficient, whether you're going in the right direction, right? It's a bit much solder. So the same rule I would have now, because I don't lead anymore, because I got older. I just don't have those aspirations anymore. I prefer the position of the just blue collar engineer. You know, get my job done, and that's it. Because once I started doing the leadership, then it occurred to me that, hang on, this ain't fun. That's not why I became a software engineer or software developer. So I kind of missed coding, and that's why I no longer do that. But if I did, I would have the same rule nowadays that don't use AI, or don't use what we call AI, which is not exactly AI. And the whole reason it even started calling it AI, because nowadays everything revolves around the investments. There's no such thing as finding a great money-making model, good business, and that business generates money. It's all about what's our growth, and will we get more money at the next round of investments, and that's it. And as soon as the investments are gone, we go bankrupt, because our company doesn't produce any value. We don't make money. The only money we make is the money that investors give us. For that reason, you always need to hype up everything, right? So who would want to invest in machine learning? ML? Yeah, no one. But AI? Oh, that sounds great. Artificial intelligence. Yeah, I think Musk was also kind of talking about the dangers of AI. I don't think he even knows what he's talking about. To be honest with you guys, based on because until he was only when he was only talking about rockets and stuff, I don't know much about rockets, basics. But then he started, bashing the Twitter and talking about software engineering, software architecture, and all that. Well, I happen to know a lot about that, and I concluded that he's a moron, at least in that profession. I would not rely on him to make decisions regarding software. I'm sorry if that offends anyone in the audience. if, as I said, if you're a big Musk fan. And I was too until I discovered and concluded objectively that the guy is a moron when it comes to software engineering. And I really gotta question his skills as a CEO, because Twitter's not doing well from what I hear. And isn't that your job as a CEO and owner or whatever, to just make the company profitable? Oh yeah, and then you go on TV and telling the people that sign your paychecks, you tell them to where they can go and what they can do. It's ridiculous. You know, that's part of this job is to just keeping up the appearance, image. Everything you do needs to be politically correct. Otherwise, your company suffers. That's your responsibility. The responsibility is your obligation is to the investors and, people working for you. Those people rely on the paycheck that you provide. It's not, once you start hiring people, you have higher responsibility than just making money for yourself. Now someone relies on you to bring home money to feed their family. That's a big responsibility. And if you take it lightly like that and just figure, well, it's my company, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Nope. No, that means you're not good at what you do. You're not a great CEO. Not even a decent CEO. In my career I worked for many startups. And obviously every one of those startups had a CEO, because there's gotta be someone who is in charge, right? Who is in charge of the vision of the company and direction, all that. There was one CEO that made a very... I forgot to solder the chip. See? That's what happens when you're just rambling. So, it doesn't matter what the company did, but the CEO just kind of reacted emotionally to, let's call him our biggest client or our biggest source of leads, right? So basically pretty important company that we heavily relied on. And he just, I don't know the full story, meaning I don't know what exactly was said, but the way he related was that he basically made a mistake and basically probably did something comparable to what Elon Musk did on the stage for the advertisers, right? It didn't kill the company, but it definitely had a big impact on the revenue. That is the responsibility of anyone employing anyone. This is more than just, giving you a job. This is, your employee from now on relies on you to make a living. That's a big responsibility, and you should look at it as a big responsibility. That's why all the decisions you make, you always need to keep in mind that they're not only going to affect you, they're going to affect your employees. And, machines are replaceable. Machines are scalable, right? Even if I have the most inefficient code, I can always scale my infrastructure to accommodate for that inefficiency, right? To at least counter it a little bit. But to find me a engineer that will write me an efficient code, that is not easily replaceable. It's the people that that matter, the people that build the company, not the CEOs, CTOs, CFOs, and accountants. So in every company, the most valuable resource is human resource. So it's just important to appreciate that. Because one day you might find yourself not being able to hire, and that is not a fun position. I have been in such position, not me as a owner of the company obviously, but the company I worked for. We kinda ruined our reputation, and it was very hard for me to hire people. Not through a fault of my own, alright, but for some reason, because that reputation has been developed before I even started working for them. And I just found it really difficult to hire engineers. I mean, I would have a lot of people interviewing for us and stuff, but even if and that actually happened to 2 companies that I worked for, and in both I was responsible for hiring, and the people there just wouldn't take my offers, right? Even in some cases, because I grew a little more desperate, so in some cases I would just, how much do you want? You want this much? No problem. When can you start? You got the job. They would say, I need to, think about it, and I'm still interviewing for someone else over there and stuff, and I would never hear back from them. So definitely respect your human resource. That's the most valuable resource. Well, anyways, the point was that there's been a lot of hype around what we commonly refer to as AI. In my opinion, that is not AI. That is beautiful art of machine learning, and it's being mislabeled for the sake of finding investors. And it's kind of a situation of fake it till you make it kind of situation, Whenever such situation takes place, I always stay kind of reserved, both with my money and my opinions. But it's been many years now since we were promised self-driving cars and AI that is actually usable. By usable, I mean, just reliable, right? Not a gimmick that is, at best 80% accurate. Because 80% accurate means 20% of times you're getting crappy information, wrong information, invalid information. So that disqualifies it to me. The dangers of AI is just that, not the AI becoming sentient and killing humans. No, it's humans using AI and relying on it too much to make decisions. And that is the danger of AI. Not machines becoming sentient. Come on. What kind of pills are you taking? Unless you're a science fiction writer, then definitely explore that subject. But if you're an engineer, then obviously that is not on the list of your concerns. AI becoming sentient and destroying humanity. That's gonna happen right after Elon Musk lands on Mars, right? Okay, alignment looks good, does it? Oh, very nicely aligned. Okay. That's probably the best alignment I got in a little while now. My last two were slightly misaligned, and I don't actually, struggle to get the perfect alignment like this, because you have a little bit of margin of error over here. It doesn't have to be perfectly, as long as you don't go over a certain limit, because otherwise the pins are gonna start touching and it's not gonna work. But slight misalignment, that's no big deal. Here we have a near perfect alignment.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're
Alrighty, fellas, it's done. RIC 608, nicely resoldered, which will resolve all the misfire issues. Back in the box you go, and this one I already have label printed, so we're just boxing it up and shipping it off for Jacob or Mike. I'm actually not sure because I think it's for Jacob, but Mike sent it. Anyways, this is going back. Imagine that I still have the so Pat sent me the address. It's already on the way, but the one I did for Paul, same thing, missing in action. I don't have the address to send it, so again I have ECM just sitting there and waiting to be shipped. Well, what are you gonna do? Thank you fellas very much for watching, and Mike, thank you for your business, and I shall see you guys in the next one.